A sample space is the set of outcomes of an experiment. So we have one experiment on the board. Let's suppose we flip a coin and then we roll a die. And when we flip the coin, we write down H or T for heads or tails. And when we roll the die, we write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, depending on what shows up on the die. Let's determine the sample space for this experiment. One way to approach these problems is to make a tree. So let's do that. So we first draw a dot where the tree starts, and then we make branches for our different options. So the first thing we do is we flip a coin. So I have two options in the first stage of this experiment. I could get a heads, or I could get a tails. That's stage one. All right, then what's the next thing we do in this experiment? We roll a die. And when we roll the die, we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So rolling the die is the next stage in this experiment, and we're going to have 6 branches from each of the previous 2 branches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I could also maybe first get a tails and then get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 on the die. And now we've listed out all the possibilities that could result from doing this experiment, all of our outcomes. And to answer the question then, we just need to write all these outcomes as a set. Usually we use the letter S to denote sample space. So let's write down our sample space. So we could get heads and then a 1. And then we could get heads and then a 2, heads and then a 3, heads 4, heads 5, heads 6, or we could get tails first. Tails 1, tails 2, tails 3, tails 4, tails 5, tails 6. So this set S is the sample space for this experiment.